All right, I think we are live. Let's double check. In the meantime, most definitely, let's edit some settings on this video. Let some people come in, and then we'll get rocking. So first things first, always got to update the thumbnail. Make sure it's presentable. Here, let's get a good one. I think this is a good thumbnail. Yeah, let's do this one. Boom. All right, now we get to share this on the socials. Fun. So let's do that right now. How's everyone doing today? Welcome in. Didn't have a video ready for you guys, like all organized and whatnot, but we do have some thoughts here that we can discuss. We can obviously turn this into a little Q&A session as well. Make sure I saved all these changes. Yeah. Awesome. Share. So we're going to share this in the Telegram group first. And then we will share it on Twitter, and then we'll go from there. So welcome in, everyone. Drop your questions, say your greetings. I'll get to the chat shortly. There are 27 of you in here. Welcome in. And yeah, just about to tweet this out, and then we'll get rocking. So surprise live stream. Exclamation mark. Boom. All right, just tweeted it out. All right, what's going on, everyone? Let me get to y'all's chat. We got DeFi Dior, blessings. I think DeFi Dior is, if I'm not mistaken, was it you who was part of that new music video? No, it was DeFi someone else. I think it was, I don't know. You guys need to correct me in the chat. What's up, Quinn? What's up, everyone? Yo. Just kind of a late night and got to keep the streak of daily videos. Didn't have, like I said, an actual like organized, thought out, new graphs, new insight. Didn't really have that ready. So yeah, see, I'm working on some new stuff that I can't really talk about. And so that's taking up some of the time that would usually be consumed by creating stuff for the videos. But I'm sure there's some stuff we can look at. Yeah, I already know a few topics we're going to touch on, like the some top signals I'm seeing in crypto and the rest of crypto, the bullish signals I'm seeing in HEX. Also want to touch a little bit on the whole, even if you sacrifice late to Pulse Chain, which I do not recommend, apparently you're still going to get partial credit based on just a continuous bonding curve. So we can touch on that a little bit. We can even create the bonding curve that would look like for late guys if you want here live on the channel. But in the meantime, we'll let everyone hop on in. Looks like it's getting busy in here. Well, look who it is. Happy to have made it. Welcome in, Bree. Good to see you. Good videos. Thank you. And we are live. Everyone hit the like. Definitely. Thank you. Hit the like. Definitely do that. Let's make sure everything looks good on our end. Yup. Looks good. Sound good. Video good. Awesome. What's up, everyone? Hey, Super Hex, welcome to the chat. G Money, what up? What's up, EO2 Davis? I see you in the comments often. What's going on, Cindy? Everyone just saying hello. I got you two on the retweet. Thank you for that. Is there a progression in the bounces in price? We'll get to some charts soon here, definitely. Caught it. Yep. Good day, everyone. Good night, good day, good evening, wherever you're at. DeFi Dior, I wish. Yeah, so it wasn't DeFi Dior. It was DeFi someone else. The DeFi in your name kind of threw me off guard. Yes, this is live. Time is it there? It is now. Bro with the tease. Did I tease something? I don't think I was supposed to. If so, my bad. I might be tired. Reduce the size of the screen. Oh, the chat on the screen is covering your face. Yeah, good call on that. Let's actually yeah, this is what I usually do. Since I don't know how to change the size of that, I usually just move my dome up there, and then things usually work. But thank you for the heads up, Bree. What up? God bless. Just got banned from Crown's channel because I was shilling HEX. Oh no, Fatal Fury out here getting banned. It's okay, man. They'll probably wish they'd listened in not too long, right? Afternoon. What's going on, everyone? In the bear market, what do you think HEX will be priced at? I have no clue. It seems to do its own thing, right? Nothing better than celebrating 17 cents with the HEX bros, right? Right? Like, it's easy to normalize. I've said this in so many videos. Like, it's easy to normalize when we're just getting new all-time highs every day and we're getting spoiled, really. But yeah, these kind of gains are just unseen in the traditional legacy markets, and even in crypto, they're pretty badass. So don't get too spoiled. I think a lot of us, if we knew that we would be just consolidating nicely at 17 cents, just for example, just earlier this year, I think a lot of people would have been either calling you a liar or be very, very ecstatic. And now it's just kind of like the new normal, which is really cool, right? Who cares about the punk's floor rising? This is the floor I care about rising. I don't know about you, but what's good? I mean, just drinking my water. Remember to stay hydrated, everyone. My cats love you, dude. Awesome, bro. Awesome, bro. I love cats. Or if you're talking about your homies, then that's cool too. Morning all, Telegram chat picking up nicely. Yeah, if you guys aren't in the Telegram group yet, y'all are missing out, by the way. I'm going to drop that in the chat real quick. It's t.me/LookIntoHex. We're already at like 300 and something members in there. So join up. I mean, join up, read the pin messages. We have some good chats in there already. Some cool ideas coming up. It's a vibe in there. So go ahead and join. Let's hope the script kitties are asleep. Yeah, we got a bunch of spam bots last time, just absolutely destroying and spamming and cluttering the chat. But we got rid of them. We have some amazing mods in here, which again, thank you guys for being mods. We also have some amazing mods in the Telegram group, so appreciate all your guys' work. But let's hope they're asleep. Yeah, they're a nuisance, but if they're awake, we have hammers. So levitating G, yep. Do you think Pulse will get big pump then dump a lot? I don't know, man. If I had to guess, I'd say the opposite. I'd say maybe an initial dump and then a rally, because you do see that sort of initial dump with new projects. Now, they're designed differently, so I guess that could be an argument against it. But then again, people have weak hands. I mean, paper hands are real, and everyone's being airdropped a bunch of Pulse that they waited months to get. And so I could see a few paper-handed mofos just like selling. And so you might see initial sell pressure, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell, man. It's just way too soon to tell. You think HEX will touch 15 cents? Oh, probably because of my chart, right? We'll touch on this in a little bit. I don't know. That's the only reason I have this really charted here is because it's the top of this weekly candle, right? Which is at about 14.8 cents. So I think it'd be strong support if we went there. And it's also the top of this sort of little region. So that's sort of my like worst case, a short-term scenario. And then I think it also converges with these moving averages. These moving averages are actually above it. So 15 cents is seeming less and less likely. We've been consolidating nicely for the past 5 or 6 days around 17 and 20 cents. So I don't know if we need to go to 15 cents, if that makes sense. Like between 17 and 20 seems to be a nice comfortable range. This to me looks like a bull flag. Right now, your typical bull flag where you have a pull and then your kind of falling wedge or falling parallel channel that we're used to. But this is more of just kind of a pull and then some sideways consolidation. So I like how it looks. I don't think we need to touch 15 cents. You got me on a rant with that one, man. The little bounce HEX is doing right now is a good sign. I mean, yeah, bounce. I mean, it looks sideways to me, right? Maybe if you're on a really short time frame, it's a bounce, but it looks pretty much sideways on the daily. Obviously, the weekly, and when you zoom out, it's just a straight up uptrend, which is amazing. But yeah, what's going on? Brand the goat, he's in the chat. What's up? I'll make sure I catch up. Good day, everyone. Thank you, Brand. Brand. 40 likes and 74 watching. What? Yeah, guys, smash the likes if you can. Great TA. I mean, I'm just looking at lines on a chart, right? Gerardo's man. Thank you, Crypto J. Oh, we have almost 100 people. Nice. I don't usually stream at these hours, so yeah, hopefully I can catch some of you that I don't usually catch on stream. But yeah, it's cool to get you guys all over the world at different hours. Will you be sad once you lose your Genesis T-shares? Not really. I feel like I staked pretty smart. I feel like my strategy was I'm comfortable with it. I'm not like all out, just everything out in 15 years. But then again, I do have some long stakes out there. So, I mean, no, I won't be sad because I understand how the T-shares work. If I want to preserve my T-shares or if I want more T-shares, I know what to do, right? So I kind of established a fair enough baseline to where now I kind of understand how the system works. And if I want more T-shirts, I'm pretty much in the position to definitely preserve or increase them if I wanted to, right? And when that point in time arrives, then the choice will be made accordingly. But let's continue on here with the chat. I love HEX with my heart because I know it could perform better than Bitcoin due to game theory and better. I mean, yes, better game theory. Yes, better blockchain tech. But is that why it actually performs better? In a perfect world, yes. But I think the fact that it performs better is largely due to I guess you're right. The game theory 100%, right? I'll take that back. The game theory definitely incentivizes a price positive feedback loop. But also think about the fact that it's a very low liquidity coin and therefore can pump very easily. Well, it's not even as illiquid as it used to be, right? It's actually, let's take a look. Go to our liquidity tab. This isn't, I think I updated this like a week ago. No, actually earlier this week. So it must only, earlier last week, it must have been like 4 or 5 days, right? Since I updated this. You just have to go into Uniswap v2 analytics, Uniswap v3 analytics, update some tabs here, and you get the fact that there's a total of $43 million liquidity in HEX. So let me zoom in here so you guys can see. So it's not an illiquid coin, right? I'm used to saying that because it kind of used to be, but it's not as illiquid anymore. So did I even answer the question? That wasn't even a question. I was just commenting. Yeah, HEX can outperform Bitcoin. I mean, it has been for the past 2 years. Let's see. He saw is the first time. Bro, hold on. Don't need to spam too much. I think we're still bullish. Can comment on your question. There might have been some spam. I didn't really notice it. It's all good. Thanks for moderating. And thank you for the super chat, Brand. You are the GOAT, bro. You got the coolest hair. I mean, it's kind of all right. It's kind of doing funny stuff tonight. I like when it goes all Goku, right? Like standing up. But right now it's just like wanting to do the like poofy thing. It's no. But yeah, it's thank you for that. It's morning here in Europe. Good morning to you. Yeah, it's different times all over the world. Australia 3:30 Tuesday. Nice. All right, let's get some TA. Yeah. Yeah, like you have Genesis T-shares are about to expire, but the system works to accumulate longer and get more T-shares. Yeah, so if you know what to do, you know what to do, right? You know what to do. Exactly. Just restake your Genesis T-shares and magically stake Gen Ts again. I guess it depends how you define Genesis T-shares, but yeah, if you restake, you pretty much have to restake longer to preserve, which is the game theory. Hex is very liquid, supply is low, pumps easy. That's a way better way of putting it. There's definitely liquidity. I mean, 43 million bucks of liquidity. That's a good amount of money, especially in a capital efficient system. Then you can move more than $43 million worth of value with just a $43 million pool, right? So yeah, I'd say it's liquid. You look like your avatar. That's the goal, right? Fun fact on the avatar, I just took that Lil Uzi artwork. I took someone's rendition of it, threw it in Photoshop, designed the hair with a path tool, so it's all like wavy and has these random spikes. Plastered it on that. Got a photo of myself, used the color dropper to actually grab my own hair color and use that to paint bucket into the hair I designed. And then within that picture of myself, I also color dropped the actual outfit I was wearing and made sure it was the same colors on the image in Photoshop. So it's supposed to look like me. And then I also threw on an LV backpack. And there's actually an Easter egg in the there's an Easter egg in my profile picture. I don't think anyone has ever noticed. Should we do like a no, I already said it, darn it. I don't know if we can make a contest out of this, but there's an Easter egg in my profile picture. Anyone who can find it gets absolutely nothing but bragging rights. You get bragging rights. Yo, Balliot Brand with the dropping that moolah. I appreciate it, man. I do appreciate it. Bro, I should be paying you to moderate. You're here moderating my chat and paying. What are you doing, man? Balliot, come on, man. Not enough grease. I don't really put anything in my hair. You need to train more, bro. Do I even want to comment on this guy? Let's see. No. Should I comment on this, man? Take a sip of water. If you're talking about like physical fitness, tell me how much shoulder press you can push in terms of like what dumbbell shoulder press can you push relative to your body weight, right? So if you're like whatever dumbbells, right? This dumbbell pulls that dumbbell, so add that up, divided by your body weight. What is that multiplier? And then we'll see who's giving who fitness advice. How about that? Relative body weight. That's what matters, because you can be 300 pounds and it's not impressive if you can bench 250 or whatever, right? That's not impressive to me. But if you're 150 pounds and you can bench in the 200s, it's the ratio that matters, right? And so the relative body weight is what actually develops the proportions that I'm looking for. So I wouldn't go around just telling people you should do this without even knowing their goals, right? Like what kind of personal trainer just tells you what to do without asking you your goals first? That's basically what you're doing. Just FYI. So get out of here. With that. Perfect stream before bed. Nice. Let's get Hex pamping. Thanks, G, for me and Cindy. Howdy, you guys. I love when I hear people comment like, oh, I watch this with my family, or yo, my parents love this, or yo, my friends love the show, or my wife and I, my boo and I, whatever. That's always really cool to see that you guys enjoy this together. Airdrop question for ERCs held in exchange accounts. Yeah, I think unfortunately in this case, the exchange will get the coins, sadly, because you don't actually own your own coins, right? You don't have your own keys with exchanges for the most part, not that I'm aware of. So you definitely want to get your coins into your own hands. You want to get your ERC20s into a wallet of which you own the private keys to. And then that's when you will be able to access that same wallet on Pulse Chain with the same keys. And since you had access on Ethereum, you'll have access on Pulse to your copied coins. So definitely get your coins into your own hands, into a wallet of which you own the keys to. So something like MetaMask right? I'm always going to refer people to MetaMask until further notice. So metamask.io, that's the only actual official website, metamask.io. Don't fall for any of the fake ones. Don't Google search it and click on one of the results. Never do that. Go to metamask.io. I should leave that in the link to like every single description, just so you guys always have the proper path to get to the right one. At least you shower, of course, every single day. Otherwise, I just feel like, yeah, every single day. I will point to consider HEX over 9,000. Ooh, how about 9,000 Satoshis? How about that? What are we at right now? I don't even know. How many Satoshis are we at? Like 400 Satoshis? So yeah, so over 9,000 would be 9,000 Satoshis. How about, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, nice 20x from here. I made a live stream finally. Nice. Are you 100% staked? What's your short-term versus long-term strategy? I don't like to talk too much about my own personal holdings, but I will say that if you are the type of person who, how do I say this? I think it's a good idea to have some long stakes, right? For gratification, to really take advantage of the T-share system, how you will be pretty much having a huge part of a ever decreasing pie if you do stake out long, and dilute everyone who doesn't stake long. But it's also a good idea to be able to reap some of the fruit of your commitments and not have to wait 15 years. So it makes sense in my mind to have some long stakes as well as some short stakes. So you always have that option, at least, to where when your short stakes are coming out, you can choose to restake the principal and maybe just sell the interest, or if you don't even need the money, you can just restake it all and just live off whatever cash flow you do have. Or if you really need it badly, you could, in theory, just at that point sell principal plus interest, right? Maybe not even all the principal, maybe some of it, and then restake to the point where maybe just, I mean, there's so many strategies to this that, like, it's very unique to you. And so I guess a general blanket answer would be have some long stakes, have some medium stakes, have some short stakes, just spread it out as evenly as you can, with the exception of if you want more long, if you want longer stakes, then maybe weight it towards that end. If you want shorter stakes, weight it towards this end. It's so personal and so personalizable. Just such a tough question, right? You're the man. Love your perspective. Thank you. Stream more. You know what? That'd be cool to do like a stream a week. That'd be actually pretty good. Yeah. It would actually save me from having to come up with that 7th topic every week. And then I could get more feedback from you guys, maybe come up with cool topics, and obviously answer your questions real time. I try to get back to every single comment, but that takes time. But I do it, but it takes time. So this is really cool. Maybe I can answer you guys' questions on here. We'll get more, we'll get new and better questions on the comments. Maybe that's a phi or cubic ratio of capacity. Phi or cubic ratio of capacity volume to flow. Whoa. Not sure what you're trying to say here. That's a phi or cubic ratio of capacity of volume to flow. Oh, when I say that you can have more than $43 million kind of circulate, or you can support a large amount of value transfer with only $43 million of liquidity. I believe more than the actual pool itself. So Bree is saying that maybe that's a ratio of volume capacity to liquidity. That's a cool thought. That's a cool thought. Like how much volume can go through a certain size pool, right? Assuming not everyone is doing a transaction at the same time, because there's definitely a probabilistic element to it, because not everyone is using the pool at the same time. Yeah, I mean, that's a complicated, really cool question that I'm not prepared to answer right now. What photo editor do you use? Photoshop? Yeah, I use Photoshop. What are you doing before all these bomb hex pulse charts? Just graphics, man. Like, someone asked me in in the LookIntoHex Telegram. Someone asked me what I was doing for HEX before I retired from HEX. Had to answer that I'm not actually retired, because I answer something like I love the grind too much and I feel like I'm too young to like quote unquote retire. So I mean, not before HEX actually, like right after HEX launched, I started getting into graphic design and became a part of this really cool agency, creative media agency, where we do bulk graphics for a marketing client, right? And so this marketing client is an awesome dude. And when you deal with these kinds of, what's the word? When you deal with these sort of high income skills like graphic design, you don't really need multiple clients. Like I've been rocking with this one dude for, it's been over a year now. Things are going well, right? You don't need multiple, I mean, you don't need that many clients when you're dealing with high ticket businesses. And so we definitely have a prospect currently, so looking to onboard a second client, and that'll be really cool. But yeah, still going, still doing the graphics. It's fun. It helps keep me creative. And if I never really started those graphics, then I wouldn't be as good as I am in Photoshop, wouldn't be able to make thumbnails and all that. So it's definitely helped. It's definitely helped. I think it's important to just keep doing things. As simple as that sounds, just keep doing things, keep learning, and it'll carry over whether you expect it or not. Sometimes in really unexpected ways, you find that these skills carried over into something else that you didn't even know you're going to do. So yeah, just keep learning. But just to answer your question, I guess, is what was I doing before is what I currently am still doing. It's just graphic design. So keep stacking them t-shirts. Bring in the house. Yeah, good questions, everyone. Easter egg, the earring can't make it out. Yeah, you're onto something. I don't know if you can tell just from my profile picture. Like, I don't know if the resolution is good enough to where you can zoom in and actually see it. But yes, the shape of the earring is the Easter egg. You got it. Oh, Ham's got it first. What? Wrecked? What do you mean? Let's see. I need to get efficient with Photoshop. I've only used cheap versions online, but I've seen success with just adding thumbnails. Yeah, Richard's doing great with thumbnails from Hexologist. Yeah, man. The thumbnails are Hexo's killing it with those thumbnails. They're so good. He's the guy. He's definitely the guy. Like if you were tuning into Hexologist streams early into the first year, right? He was streaming every single day. The creativity, the different thumbnails every single day, they were so good. Some of these just made me like ball out laughing. Yeah, he's the dude. And learn Photoshop. It's not too hard. It's really not too bad. Once you get the hang of it, it's really intuitive and it's just so fast. And when you learn to use enough of the tools, it's like whatever idea comes to your mind, you can make it happen, and that's really cool. Even played with with Adobe Premiere the other day to make that boxing animation. I was just bored one night with my friend, and we were like, we had this idea, and within an hour, it happened. So yeah, just keep learning. Probably a bunch of tutorials online, or get someone to help you. Photoshop and the whole Adobe suite is so useful. Everything from Adobe. I've used Photoshop, Premiere, a little bit of Illustrator, not too much. There was another one I forgot, the one that actually allows you to take a PDF and like put it online with links and stuff. Yeah, there are a lot of cool products in the suite. Wear weighted clothing like Goku. Nice. Great point. It's all about the ratio. Oh yeah. We were talking about the whole fitness thing. I got all I got all snappy at him. Shots fired. Yeah. I mean, just that's what it's about. Like, I'm not the heaviest dude. I'm not the biggest dude, but I can push some numbers, man. And that's been kind of my my ethos with working out for the past few years. Is just it's getting stronger relative to body weight. while maintaining like relatively minimal body fat. Obviously, when you're bulking, getting stronger, you want to be in a surplus for a healthy amount of time to actually get stronger, right? And actually build muscle, because that actually takes a lot of time. You can realistically, if you're already kind of experienced, you can only really realistically gain like 2 pounds of muscle a month, right? It's not much. And so a surplus of just like a few hundred calories a day, it's good enough for that. Anything other than that will just spill over into fat. You don't have to be eating like 4,000 calories a day, unless you're huge, right? Or just have a very fast metabolism. But yeah, just going on into a rant about that. Like, if you guys want to know more about fitness stuff, the dude I followed for years, and he has really amazing stuff. There are a lot of guys out there, but one of the guys who really consolidates everything really nicely into actionable plans that you can actually stick to is a dude called Grego Gallagher. He has his company Kino Body. That's very, very actionable steps for your average kind of guy who just wants to be fit, have an enjoyable lifestyle, and look good, right? So that's the dude I would follow for fitness advice. I actually met him in LA once, which is really cool. Got to hit a little workout on the beach with him. It's pretty awesome. 120 watching this channel gets bigger and bigger. Hell yeah. I think the most we've ever had concurrent viewers is like 300 and something. That was nuts. But this is not the typical stream hour, so I would assume you'd have less people. But yeah, channel's growing. You guys are crushing it with the growth on all ends, on YouTube, Twitter, Telegram. You guys are crushing it. So very, very blessed to be in such a cool community. You guys are literally the best. I need to get some of these comments and catch up. Do I think Pulse Mainnet opens this year or next year? Oh, definitely this year. No doubt. Yeah, I think there's like a very, very low probability it launches next year. My best guess is October. I guess if you want to be a little more conservative, November, but I'm still shooting for October, like mentally. But I mean, I'm ready for anything. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. It's not like I'm gonna do anything with my coins. I guess figuring out the whole liquidity mining, the whole pancake swap fork, that'll actually be really interesting. I'm really curious what the APY is going to look like on that, like what the mysterious liquidity provider token is, what the APY will look like staking Pulse, kind of what the share rate and APY looks like staking HEX on Pulse. It'll be a trip, but I'm very excited for all those stats. So then we can kind of talk about it here on the channel and make your own decisions, obviously, but I think we'll have plenty of new info to process, and hopefully I can help you guys process that overload when it comes, because it'll be a lot of info. Easter eggs, the pink shirt? Not necessarily. It's the shape of the earring. Someone already guessed it. There won't be PX and EHEX, just HEX and EHEX. Yeah, it's just nomenclature. So HEX on Ethereum is just HEX on Ethereum. HEX on Pulse is just HEX on Pulse. They're both just HEX, right? It just depends what chain you're talking about. Yeah, coins off an exchange, you guys. Like, you should know better. Come on. Oh, this dude was just joking. It was a Goku training joke without context. His hair did get a lot spikier with whatever training Goku did. I was here firing shots at this poor man. I apologize for Moinak 6 and Mitra 2. What a name. I apologize, bro. I thought he was telling me I needed to train more, like lift more. Snappy today. The Easter egg is the LV backpack, the earring, the parental advisory timestamp, him looking up. Good catches. Wow. Good catches. You must have seen the square version of the PNG, because that's the only way you would catch the parental advisory timestamp. Good catch on the LV backpack, the earring, and yeah, good stuff. But okay, so let's see if someone else gets it. Background is the Easter egg? Not really. No, not really. Yeah, be careful with MetaMask. It's just metamask.io. Anything else is fake. Do I think HEX will? No. So HEX, okay. The question is, do you think PHEX will have a smaller supply than EHEX since 12 billion USD was sacrificed at the end of the Pulse chain sacrifice period? Well, the amount will be the same because it was sacrificed to the sacrifice address, which itself is an Ethereum address, right? The whole chain will just be cloned over. So the supply will be exactly the same, right? The amount staked and circulating will be different, but the total staked plus circulating, also known as allocated supply, currently around like 620 something billion, 630 something billion actually. That amount, that will be the exact same on Pulse. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Pulse will perform similar to ETH. Bet. I mean, I could see it. ETH did a nice 50x after its dump down to ICO price. So yeah, I mean, I could see it. There's also no productive reason in life to lift that weight with your tendons. I mean, that's true. I mean, you don't want to go overboard, that's for certain. You do want your tendons, ligaments, bones to actually catch up to your muscles. So they're in kind of a modest progressive overload is what you would call it. Like just try to get a little stronger every week, just not like insane jumps because the rest of your body definitely needs to catch up. The Goku hair, nice. Stake out the interest for 15 years. That's actually an interesting move. So what are you saying? Like you sell your principal and then just stake out your interest for the longest period? That's an interesting strategy. I'd never thought of that. I mean, you come up with, see, yeah, you get these new and different strategies every single day. That's an interesting one. Hadn't thought of that. Quarter Panda, appreciate the super chat. That right there is a nice nice super chat. Thank you. Nice to catch you live. Great job growing your channel. Hey, I'm just doing my part. Everyone's doing their part. You guys are killing it on Twitter, tagging people, commenting, clout farming, right? Like we got a good solid community in here. And everyone's rich now. Apparently all you guys are super rich. So you probably have a lot of time now to just keep pumping the bag. I mean, I'm not complaining. But yeah, thank you, Quarter Panda, for the super chat. I came to no context rant about fitness. Oh, my bad. Yeah, we talk about everything here on the live streams. Community is key, which is why I'm confident in HEX. People like you will be remembered as the real HEX OGs. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate that, Alen Zar. I'm realizing that more and more every day. People are what actually matter at the end of the day, right? None of this would be here without people. So, you know, as cypherpunk as we want to get and say like remain anonymous and have all these decentralized protocols and all that, like that's amazing. That's beautiful stuff, right? It helps the world. People matter though, right? People matter probably the most of everything. So just remember that one, right? Gerardo. Yes, sir. I mean, the reason I do the whole RAR in the middle is because my name is just taken everywhere. And I don't like having underscores or periods or extra words or numbers. Like, you know, RAR. I don't know, man. If you guys can come up with a better something easier to spell and pronounce as a username, I probably won't change it, honestly. But yeah, it's what it is. Happy to be a subscriber. Thank you. Thank you. Join. Welcome to Team Win. Send you email. I don't know what email I don't think I have a public email out there. Careful where you're sending out emails. You can just DM me on Twitter or on Telegram. Links in the description of all my videos for the official accounts. But what are you saying here? Is you sent an ETH a couple days ago to pull sacrifice, just gone? Any idea? Well, you'll still get credit. You won't get all of the credit, but you might get some. You'll probably get some. Here's our good old bonding curve, right? So, I mean, we could extend this out if you guys want to see what kind of rates people, like late people, are getting. We could do that. Let me get some of these comments real quick. We got Funding Jim in here, I think. What's going on, everyone? I'm so behind on this chat. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me catch up. What's up, David? David Feeder in the chat. Let's see. Like the stream, everyone. Thank you, Bran. Just trying to get through all these comments. Do you even do MMA? Just staked and bought another bag. Kinobody's the GOAT. Yes, sir. Input required for $1 HEX. That one's easy. $21 million. Greg is great. Followed him years ago. He's a big fan of fasting. I could use that. Fasting is great and easy to do. Yeah, dude. Been following him for years as well. The fasting, literally been doing it every single day for years at this point. I mean, the rare occasion where I might just not do the fasting, like once in a blue moon, but for the most part in the mornings, I just drink water, might have a coffee, might do the rare energy drink, might do, yeah. So just kind of water, caffeine in the morning, and then fast, usually through the workout even, and then have my first meal post-workout. So that's the move on that end. Nice. Just got home from the gym. Nice. Consistency is key. I agree. Look at you, David, GOAT, doing good, working on getting a Pulse validator server ready. Bro, like, I think Richard mentioned how validators will basically be the ones who can really provide really good, attractive APY or just be popular, right? Just be liked in the community. So I think the fact that you're kind of almost branding yourself this early as the dude who's setting up the Pulse validator, I think it's really powerful, man. I think good stuff for sure. Like I'm sure you'll have plenty of support, people delegating their stake over to you. Counting the seconds till testnet. I feel you, man. I feel it. New puzzle. Definitely the whole volume capacity of a liquidity pool. You change the circle to HEX in my profile pic. That's an idea. Next target for HEX. I mean, my technical targets are like 25 to 60 cents. Has anyone ever asked why the camera's in front but the screen is to the side? So camera right here, big screen right here, little screen right here. If I were to drag StreamYard over to big screen, you guys would see that infinite square thing that just goes like that infinite square that goes inwards, and that would be very unpleasant. So, I mean, I guess I could adjust this a little bit so I don't have to like crane my head completely. No, that's worse. Yeah, we'll figure something out. I should probably set it up so I have like both screens in front of me, right? Probably need to center that. How'd you get so good with numbers? Honestly, it's just one of those things I'm like good at and nurtured. Like I remember when I was very, very, very young, I showed an interest in learning math, and luckily I had a really amazing mother who was like, "Oh, you're interested? Here, do these sums and do this arithmetic," and just like kind of keep me busy. So I was a weird kid. Like they kept me busy with like math. So I was interested in it from a young age, and then excelled in it in literally every single class. And yeah, I mean, just I like it. It comes easy to me. I'm a robot, I guess. But yeah, very, very logical brain. What is it, like left brain is what they call it? I don't know how much merit or truth there is to that, but I don't know, man. I'm not good at other things, if that's fair. Like my hand-eye coordination. Like I tried golfing the other day, Bro, that was hard. Like, can you guys golf? That stuff's hard, man. Like, you have to. It's a lot of coordination there. So I can make a mean graph, but can I hit the golf ball? Regression Rainbow is the bomb. Thank you, bro. I think you'll appreciate kind of a project I've been working on. Oh man, I want to talk about it so badly. Like I spent hours on it today, but I can't talk about it. Oh, life, man. Life, man. Can you understand the mentioned hangups in regards to testnet? I mean, Richard mentioned the node fell over and needed to stand up. Like I had to look up what that even meant. I didn't really fully understand. I'm not a dev guy, so I don't really understand. But I do remember him saying that they found the issue. They injected the debugging code and found where the actual issue is. So debugging in and of itself is a pain in the rear end. I have a buddy who codes, and debugging takes probably a lot of time of the actual like coding, like figuring out what's wrong in the first place. But once you know what's wrong, which it seems to be that they figured out what's wrong, then you can move forward much quicker. So I mean, I'm glad that it's already figured out, and so can keep trudging. Good stream. Thank you, Funding Jim. Appreciate it. I don't have a major in accounting, no. I got into HEX a couple months ago, so I'm not rich yet. Hopefully in a year so I can join the Millionaire Club. Thanks, HEX and Pulse. Yeah, I mean, some of these guys made their millions in like, a year or two. So a lot can happen in a year in crypto, man. A lot can happen. Every time I think I'm caught up, I'm not. You feel me? Funding Jim can't wait for class to start, brother. Yeah, Funding Jim is doing some really cool HEX University stuff, so check him out if you're interested in that. Nice bull flag on the daily. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it looks good, man. It looks good to me. I mean, look at this on a line chart. Like, get rid of some of the noise. Tell me if that doesn't look good to you. Like, previous all-time high right here on the 17-cent level. We are having this nice bull flag action, nice consolidation. Our moving averages are catching up. I mean, like, what else could you ask for, really? The true goat, working hard, man. Let's get it, my man. Dripping, so pretty. The legend. You guys need to go check out this guy's music, by the way. This guy, I've been listening to your music, bro, for a while now. I think I was introduced, I want to say last year. I want to say I've been listening to you for about a year. Green Dot, favorite song. Green Dot. My email on my YouTube channel I'm not sure which email that is. I need to check on what email that is. But yeah, if you really want to reach me, again, just DM me on Twitter or Telegram, and I'll probably get back to you. Oh, we live. Yep. Yes, sir. Hey, dog, you got the best QA and TA and HEX for sure. What are your thoughts on PX and EHEX? Price for the midterm up to end of year. Thank you. I appreciate it. I do take pride in my QA and TA. What are my thoughts on PX and EHEX? I think they'll both do well. Just off of that whole deep liquidity idea in a PancakeSwap fork, if you were to provide one, like, if you had someone like the OA or the sacrifice address who has a bunch of HEX, will have a bunch of HEX on Pulse and on Ethereum, and they provide liquidity at a 1-to-1 ratio on this PancakeSwap fork and provide really good incentives with this mystery LP token, then I could see the prices being bonded. And in theory, HEX would just be worth the same thing on Ethereum or on Pulse. And it just kind of be, okay, what chain do you want to be on? I mean, so I don't know how long you'll actually be able to get cheap HEX, if that makes sense. I don't know if you'll be able to at all. Like, it's an open-ended question. It's like, will anyone have access to cheap HEX when Pulse launches? It's a good question. It depends on the ratios. like the thickest, the deepest ratio, the deepest liquidity pools, and the ratios of said liquidity pools. That's what matters for price. So, I mean, we'll have to just find out, man. Yeah, I'll be creative. We run them all where possible to keep the network decentralized. Only 33 validators, but every full node counts. Right, and you can be knocked out of the top 33, I believe. Right, so there will be probably more than 33 people or validators like competing to be in the rotation, but overall there will probably there will be a good amount. Seems sufficiently decentralized to me, right? Like at what point is it sufficiently decentralized? Like 33 nodes, right? Like 100, 1,000, like there is such thing as sufficiently decentralized. How many hours is my feeding window? I do 6 to 8 hours a day. I don't frame it so much around the feeding window. I frame it more around the how long after I wake up until I eat. So that in and of itself, ideally is a good maybe if you're new, maybe like a beginner, maybe 2 to 4 hours. But if you're a little more advanced, I like to go 4 to 6, sometimes even a little longer. So for example, if I wake up one morning at like, let's say 8 or 9, it's pretty decent morning, not sleep in, not early. I'd probably break my fast around like 2 p.m. So what is that, like a good 5-6 hours? Yeah. Can you really still sacrifice? I mean, it's not recommended, but yeah, you can. It's not recommended because the price increase is just so drastic at this point. Like, when did it end? August 2nd? So another 21 days. Let's just do some quick math. Right? So 1.05 to the power of 21. Oof, another 2.78x times it was already like 198. So you're looking at, if you sacrifice today, if you remember our bonding curve, it maxed out to where it cost about $2 per 10,000 points. Well, if you sacrifice today, it costs you about $5.52 per 10,000 points. So you basically got like a 3x worse deal. But I mean, depending on how bullish you are on Pulse, if you think you can, if you think price appreciation can make up for that 3x, then hey, do as you must. Or you can wait to actually buy on market to bridge over funds, right? You can have Ether on the sidelines, USDC on the sidelines, DAI, your favorite stable coin, whatever. And once the actual mainnet goes live, just bridge over your funds and then just buy on, Uniswap on Pulse. So you can do that too. Where are my watch winders? Appreciate the super chat, by the way. More crypto. I don't have watch winders. Should I get some? I don't know if it's the time yet, right? Probably get more crypto first. Or just get a dope neck tattoo on that side of your face right here, since I'm like always turning this way. Show off the neck tat. Just get like a hexagon right here. You ever thought about playing around with my audio offset? Make your video and audio sync together? I have not. I'll have to look into that though. Man, I swear every time I think I'm caught up. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the ethics involved when RH has allowed people to sacrifice after the time frame? The ethics, I mean, it's good, right? Like, because are there people who sacrificed late? Yes. So you have two options: give them Pulse or don't give them Pulse. If you don't give them Pulse, they might yell out and scream and cry and say scam or whatever, just because they didn't read, right? They didn't read the instructions. Or you can just give them Pulse at a continuous increased rate. And so they don't cry, they don't kick, they don't scream. Or at least maybe less. I don't know, because they did sacrifice value, so you don't want to just be like, all right, well, what did they get for that? Nothing. That's a little weird. So I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move. It's kind, right? I think it's the kind of move to do. Someone sent money, they should get something, right? I don't know. I would do that. I would do it. Well, yeah, that's my take. Do you think the OA will provide liquidity on the PLS PX trading pair? I feel like if the pair is bonded, then it takes less economic energy for both the OA and price at the same time. I think the OA might provide liquidity on the ETH HEX pair, so HEX on each side. And as for this pair, I don't know. It'd be nice, right? Because then if well, then you'd be bonded to 2 coins. I mean, yeah, like if you're bullish on something, you don't mind what you hold to be bonded to that bullish thing, because then it kind of makes it bullish. So, I have no clue what the OA is going to do though. Love your work. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yikes. Yeah, that's a pretty steep increase, isn't it? Regression rainbow is the motivation, to be honest. Well, I can't say much, but if you like the regression rainbow, you might be very happy very soon. That's not the real dripping? No, that actually is. No, bro. You know dripping? On God. That is the real drip. On God, bro. Yes, sir. Am I concerned about the bridge needing admin keys at launch? Real quick, yeah, dripping. Yep, it is, bro. Out here. Let's go. I mean, just click on his link, man. You'll see the GOAT. He's the GOAT. Yeah, let's back to this. Am I concerned with the bridge needing admin keys at launch? Not really. Now, I pointed this out a long time ago, saying how Pulse Chain was going to be just a sandbox of innovation, a bedrock of innovation. And I think I was talking about, well, I was at least thinking about it, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned in the video how part of the innovation that will come along with Pulse Chain will be the idea of a trustless bridge, because I don't think it exists, right? And I pointed this out and said, I don't think a trustless bridge exists. So Pulse Chain will bring forth that innovation if it needs to bring it. I do believe in the abilities of the team. They're clever, they're smart, they're hardworking. They seem to be very well on a clever solution. Now, if it has to launch with keys, then we'll have to talk about that, right? We'll have to talk about that. But in the meantime, I think it's way too early to say with certainty whether it will or won't launch with admin keys. Obviously, I'd prefer it not to. Again, it would take some innovation, creating a trustless bridge. I don't think it exists. But in the worst case scenario that it launches with, then we'll probably have to touch on it at that point. I'll probably have to educate myself more on bridges. That'd be a good idea. And we talk about it. But it's too early to tell whether we'll need them or not, right? Hope not. Nice. Points to the regression rainbow. Yeah, it's a solid chart. It's a solid chart. Another one of my favorites is the HEX versus BTC. That one's a good one to show people too. The deeper question is, does cheap HEX even exist objectively now? Good question. De Beers all over again. There's a really good documentary on Netflix that explains all of the tactics De Beers used to basically just keep the prices of diamonds really, really high and kind of have them penetrate culture in a way that everyone just viewed them as this very, very valuable thing. And yeah, very, very good documentary. I forgot what it's called, but I'd highly recommend it. Just look up De Beers Netflix. You'll find out what I'm talking about. They have multiple episodes, but that episode specifically is really good. So I'd highly recommend checking that out. They used a lot of strategies, some of which are implemented in HEX. There are a few which could still be implemented. So like having a slogan, right? Like the slogan "Diamonds are forever." That campaign absolutely skyrocketed the whole perspective that society had on diamonds, right? So just one successful campaign can lead to world domination sometimes. So, I mean, t-shirts aren't forever, right? They're the opposite. They're temporary. They burn. So I don't know. Maybe the community can start coming up with some cool slogans on that. But yeah, definitely check that documentary out. It's really, really good. What exactly is a validator? I would go check out my video on Pulse Chain solving Ethereum gas fees via a layer 1 solution. It's a pretty in-depth video. Kind of touches on that a little more, or just go to pulsechain.com and you can understand and read a little bit on that. The price tax doesn't matter to new people. I mean, it's a good point, right? Like the unit bias is real. If you show someone something like HEX and say, hey, it's worth 17 cents, right? They don't have to understand market cap or liquidity or any of that stuff, but just to kind of your average newbie, someone who isn't really exposed to crypto, you say, hey, this is just 17 cents. Like they're like, oh, I can get a lot of that. They feel richer. They have a lot of something. It's a good thing, right? So I agree that to new people, the price doesn't really matter. Not only that, obviously you get APY. So if it's a yield producing asset, like what do you care what it costs if it's producing yield? As long as you're like flat or increasing in price, you're pretty much golden. Even in the scenario where downtrend in price, you might still come out profitable, assuming interest balances or cancels that out. So I agree that price doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Well, to new people, right? If a peg is established, would anyone try to break it? That's a good question. I mean, the market does what the market does. So if they decide that it's worth something different on either chain, then they can just use their economic energy to impose that, right? Will it happen? I don't know. Like, I think this is kind of my take, is if you have a large enough one-to-one pool at the beginning and it stays that way for long enough, you kind of create the narrative and you build the narrative that they are worth the same thing, that they are the same thing. Because at the end of the day, they are the same code. So I feel like, or I think that for the first, if you're able to establish that ratio for the first few, I don't know, days, weeks, months, I think you have a pretty strong narrative for the fact that a PX basically is a hex, same thing, nomenclature, whatever you want to call them. So you'd obviously have, see, this is kind of interesting because I feel like you'd have the opposite. I feel like you'd have people trying to enforce the peg because the peg is something nice and stable you can just adhere to. So if you see it deviating, then you might see arbitragers come in and enforce it. So, because think about it. Yeah, think about it. Why would you have people coming in to break it if the kind of there's no real equilibrium state? If everyone just comes in and try to break it, then you just kind of have HEX on both chains oscillating relative to each other in price. Versus if they are worth the same thing and you introduce arbitragers, then you get this equilibrium state where everyone tends to want to enforce it. So there actually exists an equilibrium state in that scenario. I don't know. There's a lot of things to think about, man. Good question. Nice. 5-year HEX price prediction? That's a long time, man. That's a long time. Well, Bitcoin did, let's say, 1,000,000x. So why can't HEX do 1,000,000x, right? I don't know, $50? Yeah, 5 years is a long time, man. Let's see. Catching up to chat. Got a lot of bullish people in the comments saying $100 HEX, nice. I'm still blown away that Drippin's so pretty own HEX. I'm even more bullish now. Yeah, bro, he's the GOAT, and there are Hexicans, and they live among us, right? Hex is forever. Yeah, I mean, we could totally just rip the diamonds are forever slogan, but I don't know. Is Hex forever? I'm pretty sure there's an overflow error on Hex after like 100 and something years. So am I still pulse stacking? Of course not. Do you partake in any trading or use market side for tool opinions? I do not participate in trading. The one time I tried trading, I almost had a heart attack, and I think I made like a tiny profit, but it's not worth the stress. Trust me, it's not worth it at all. Even if anyone tried to break the peg, they couldn't outweigh the OA. Right, that's the kind of argument. Like if it's a thick enough, liquid enough pool, then your point stands. Correct. Yeah, they live among us. Awesome, y'all. So I think I'm all caught up with chat. That is a first. So I guess we can touch a little bit on some TA, but I already kind of laid out everything I think, right? I think our technical targets are still between the 25 and 60 cent region. And I've elaborated on why I think that, right? Being something like this. Why do I place it there? Is because I believe, where's the parallel channel? There you go. I believe we broke this quite nicely, right? And you could place it at the point of breakout. Puts us at like 25 cents. If we double our technical target, 50 cents, right? And that's this bull flag over here. Now we also have another little bull flag. Again, you can take it from the wick, you can take it from the pole or from the body, whatever you wish, but this takes us to 30 cents. So if our lows are 25 and 30 for our estimates, and we've doubled our technical targets many times in the past, then you're looking at a low of 25 and a high of like 60 cents. So do I think 25 to 60 cents can happen in September or October? I do. And I think it would make sense for price to run up into the event, right? The launch of Pulse. I wouldn't be surprised. Similar to we saw price run up into the launch of Sacrifice Phase. When Sacrifice Phase actually launched, then we had a downtrend. Similar with Big Payday, right? Price rallied into Big Payday. Right before Big Payday, we had our dump. So I wouldn't be surprised if we rallied into, let's just say, Pulse launches October 21st, just a random date and time over here, right? I wouldn't be surprised if price rallied into the launch, right? And maybe when Pulse actually launches, maybe we get another, downtrend. So I can almost assure you this exactly is not going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised to see, again, price run up into the event, which is Pulse Chain launch. So the narrative is good. The narrative is bullish. The price action is bullish. I don't know what else to tell you guys. We are building the future. I like that. I lost 5K in a heartbeat last summer. It was a good learning experience. Definitely. I've lost that and more in the past, a long time ago when I was first introduced to crypto. It was sort of like my initiation, right? Definitely an initiation. And yeah, it sucked, but it was a learning experience. Definitely makes you value your funds, your capital, and it's not a game, right? But it's a good learning experience, and I think everyone needs to get burned in crypto at least once. I don't know, maybe that's not true, but it teaches you things, right? challenges teach you more than easy times. Are we there yet? Some advertising slogans. Oh, and I lost 1K in a PooCoin back in May to a rug pull. Hard lesson on liquidity. Yeah, like just be careful out there. There are very, very few projects worth your time, in my opinion. Hex is clearly one of them. Definitely worth your time. Pulse, definitely one of them. Other than that, right? Like Hex on Ethereum, Hex on Pulse, Pulse chain, PLS itself. I can't think of much else that's actually worth your time. A rite of passage, yeah. F in the chat for all the money burnt. Nice. Hey, bro, do you ever do paid 30-minute sessions? So, I mean, if you have any questions, man, just DM me on Twitter, DM me on Telegram. Links to that are in my videos, and I can answer your questions. That's all I'm going to say is I can answer your questions, and you know where my donation address is. So if you feel like it was valuable, right? If you feel like the time I spent answering your questions was of any value, then you know where that is. But explicitly speaking, no, right? But you can message me with any questions. Everyone needs to get burned at least once in crypto to learn what to look for in a coin. I mean, yeah, like once you get burned, you start asking the right questions. You start asking the real questions, and you start paying attention. It's yeah, agreed. I mean, you don't need to, but it's a learning experience. I think we've kind of beat that point down. You're doing good stuff, man. I'm really excited about Hex, especially on Pulse. Yeah, man, same. I think Hex on Pulse. I think Hex on Pulse is going to be something else. It's going to be special. I'm bullish on all three, and this is the first time personally I've ever wanted to diversify. So it'll be a fun experience for sure. You're no longer invincible when you get wrecked. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. You humble yourself and you start asking the right questions. You start learning. But yeah, guys, I do appreciate you hopping in here for a surprise live stream. I wanted to answer your questions, do a little bit of TA for you. I think we've covered everything we want to cover. Go follow on Twitter if you aren't already, right? T.me or not T. Twitter.com/GerardDog. Also T.me/GerardDog is the official one, or T.me/LookIntoHex. Yeah, go ahead and hop in the chat. We have over 330 members. Subscribe here. We're almost at 6,000. You guys are nuts. Yeah, we're almost at 6,000 here on YouTube. Road to 10K. My original goal was get to 10K by the end of the year, but it seems like you guys are going to send it way, way sooner. So someone says rainbow, please. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll show you guys the regression rainbow. Finish off with the iconic chart. Let's see where we're at. Zoom in a little bit for you guys. 11, appreciate your hard work. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. So where are we at? Let's see. Nice. Sitting above yellow. Nice. We crossed over yellow. We've been consolidating around yellow for the past, ever since May 17th. So 3 months above, below, above, below, above, below. Now we're above. Looks good. But the lows are getting higher, and they're getting closer to the actual finding support on the yellow, which is nice. That's our equidistant model. Here's our extension from FIT. It looks like it's tracking Ethereum quite nicely. Scroll down on our Fibonacci. It's just above, or actually just below yellow, right? Just oscillating around that nicely. We had our peak up to green with that July 18th pump up to 18 cents. That was green when we hit 20 cents for the first time. So things look good, right? If we're tracking Ether, then you've seen my predictions up into October. Look at that, October 21st. Interesting. That's kind of the random example I gave, wasn't it, for propulsion launch. But October 21st, pink sits at around $2.33. So that would be nuts, to say the least, to see that in 2 months' time. But we see crazy things in crypto all the time. I mean, just look at some of these coins like ADA. Isn't it almost like $3? Like, crypto's nuts. Be safe out there, though. And yeah, check out LookIntoHex.com if you want to follow this for yourself. But I think I'm going to hop off here now. Finish reading the chat. Greatness, brother, critical thinking sleeves are leaving the earth. Glad you're a real one. Appreciate it. Let's hit that purple. Let's go. Gold hex at the end of the rainbow. Nice. Let's go to Mars. Yeah, I already answered this a little bit earlier. Passion for math. Mainly self-taught, nurtured it through school and yes, through university as well. So it's sort of like a gift that was nurtured. Blessings. Appreciate you, everyone. Bedtime live stream. Nice. Yeah, guys, it's time to clock off here, but thanks again for watching. All 100 plus of you. Smash the like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Follow on Twitter, Telegram, lookintohex.com. Once again, I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.